Hello, President Singh, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Segura, and the Austin ISD community. My name is Dinita Caldwell, and I have the pleasure of leading the district's Economic Opportunity Office as the Executive Director with oversight of the Historically Underutilized Business Program, referred to as HUB. Today, I come before you to provide an overall program update and the progress we have made on our HUB goals. I first want to start by acknowledging the evolution of our HUB program. The program has transformed since the very first disparity study was conducted in 2015 by NERA Economic Consulting. Austin ISD participated in this study with the City of Austin as well as Travis County to establish a baseline for the development of a formal HUB program. Moving through the timeline, the Board of Trustees accepted the disparity study on February 29th, 2016, giving approval to administration to create a formal HUB program. This approval allowed for aspirational goals to be put in place that would align directly with the district's social equity values to ensure that those values are included throughout the entire procurement process. 2020 was a pivotal year for many reasons, the primary reason being the impact that the pandemic had on our hub vendors. In keeping with best practices to conduct a disparity study every 5 to 7 years, as well as the need to understand the market at that time and where the availability of firms were, a new disparity study was conducted and led by Colette Holton Associates, and again, leveraging the Travis County and City of Austin. It was important for us as a district to truly understand the challenges that our hub firms face when working on construction projects. So during the preparation for a new bond program in 2022, I thought it was very critical and important for us to really gain some insight into our performance within the 2017 bond as it relates to meeting hub goals. With that, I led an initiative to do a review of our 2017 bond so we can receive feedback on where we could focus our time and energy and create a more strategic plan in terms of how we should support and work together to identify and ensure health firms are successful when competing for district work. We also want to understand and celebrate our successes. And so through the economic impact analysis report, we were able to see the complete picture of how this program has positively impacted not only our community, but the district. And I'll share a little bit more about that later in the presentation. As we work to become more than just a check the box compliance program, we have broadened services that we provide to our hub vendors over time, which has led to the rebranding of our department from the historically underutilized business to the Economic Opportunity Office. We are well positioned today to move this program forward and to meet and or exceed our goals in 2022. The outcome of the 2017 bond lessons learned had three core themes that rose to the top for recommendations. Area one was in connection and how we connect with our hub firms, how we connect with our general contractors, and how we engage with the overall Austin ISD stakeholders. With this, what we've done is created a general contractor showcase so we can introduce all of our awarded general contractors to our small business community to really learn and understand how they do business, what their requirements are, and then also to learn how to navigate the Austin ISD procurement process. In addition, we've set and developed key performance indicators for our outreach so that we can make informed decisions on how to or where to deploy our resources and where what events we should participate in and what strategic partnerships should we continue to support and or establish. We also work with our communications and implementation team to be present at the community meetings related to our 2022 bond work. And this has been very helpful for us to connect with the community as well as to share our story and what the expectation is of the district and how we work with our small businesses. Accountability was a second recommendation that rose to the top, specifically developing a more robust compliance system for general contractors to involve hubs in construction projects. I am happy to report that we have been working diligently with our program managers, AECOM, as well as Banner STV, and our construction management department to ensure that the good faith efforts hub compliance process is built into their overall systems that are being utilized by our general contractors. This creates a level of transparency and accountability across the board in terms of the utilization of hub vendors. In addition, we've developed standard operating procedures to establish hub goals for projects that are procured through utilizing a cooperative and specifically working with JOC vendors. Lastly, we ensure that we have a touch point with our general contractors. A lot of our larger projects are managed directly with our general contractors identifying their subs. And so we want to ensure that we are engaging with them so that we're visible at their pre bid meetings and their networking mixers as well. Lastly, training. Training is extremely important. We want to not only work with hubs, but we want to work with qualified hubs, right? And so by providing training to help invest in their capacity building and their skills and the foundation of their business is ultimately going to help us have stronger hubs in our pipeline competing our work. We launched a signature webinar series called Thought Provoking Thursdays to provide technical assistance to hubs. In addition, we host training sessions annually during Construction Inclusion Week, where we bring extended resources to our hub vendors and we bring in other partners that can provide information in areas of bonding capacity and others. We have established strategic partnerships with the Houston Tillotson University, as well as the University of Texas IC Squared, who currently administers the Hub Readiness Training Program. So we're super proud of the progress that we have made, and this has well positioned us to achieve our Hub goals for the 2022 bond. So, as you will see here, this shows a snapshot of our performance across the 2013, 2017, and our newest 2022 bond. Under professional services, you will see the adjusted hub goals based on the 2022 disparity study. These categories are how we define our hub program at the district. We have women business enterprises, WBE, Hispanic firms identified as an H, Asian Native American firms identified as an A/NA, and then our African American firms identified as AA. So the goals for the 2022 bond are 7.8%, 4.7%, 4.5%, and 3%. Again, based on that 2022 disparity study. You will notice that the goals for the 2013 and 2017 bond differ. And the reason for that, for the WBE category, is that we had excellent participation by our women owned businesses. We are proud to support our women owned businesses. And because our participation was so great, we were able to lower those goals and put focus in other areas to identify hub firms. The market availability of our Hispanic firms drastically decreased, which caused us to move from a 9.4% goal to a 4.7% goal. The same goes for our Asian Native American firms. It went from 7.4 to 4.5 based on market availability. And then we actually see an increase in African American firms. And so we were able to increase that from 1.9 to 3%. As I move your focus to our professional services hub utilization chart, here we have identified each bond 2013, 2017, and 2022 designated by a different color. We traditionally do very well in professional services, exceeding our overall hub goals. And as you can see here, we are on trend to do the same in 2022. We have great participation by hub firms as architects and engineers in the space. and then sub-consultants. So I anticipate exceeding these goals in the 2022 bond as well. Looking at our construction hub goals, we've seen some adjustments, again, based on the 2022 disparity study. So for our WBE category, our goal is 7.8%, Hispanic, 4.7%, Asian Native American, 2%, African American, 3.5%. And again, those adjustments have been made from the 2013-2017 bond. Our participation with women businesses and construction was also very great. So we were able to lower those goals, and the market availability of our Hispanic firms decreased in construction as well. And so we lowered that goal to align more with the availability of firms. We were able to actually increase in both Asian Native American and African American, as those are the two categories that showed a disparity where they were underutilized by the district, but the market availability is telling us that they are available in certain construction trades to do work. With that, we have our construction services hub utilization, again identified by different colors for the 2013, 2017, and 2022 bond. The construction category is where we have our most challenges with hub utilization. However, given the progress that we have made in terms of being more strategic, arming ourselves with the data, collaborating with not only our construction management department, but all of our stakeholders, we are well positioned to meet and or exceed our hub goals in the construction services category for 2022. So we are on trend. As you can see, the red identifies the 2022 bond, and we are excited to see the progress that we're going to make. Lastly, I want to share the economic impact channels based on that economic impact analysis I mentioned earlier. This is how we measure program impact. This is a snapshot of data from the 2017 bond, and this focuses on three channels of touch points. One is direct, which is the general contractors at the prime level and awarded contracts flowing to them. The second is indirect, and that is the subcontractors that are then hired by those general contractors to work on projects. And then we have induced. And induced is that trickle down effect. It is the employees that our hub firms are hiring to carry out their work. So, as you can see, this shows the total impact that we're having in the community and within Austin ISD. We have spent over 56 million in production with hub firms. We have created more than 346 jobs and total wages of 21 million. So this is the awesome story that we want to tell and that we want to share, and the amazing impact that a program like this has in our communities and for the district. And we're excited to continue the work. Thank you.